Well, I am incredibly satisfied with the results. I think that this is a huge reflection on a significant amount of hard work that has been undertaken by many people in Begog. And I have to say also the government ministries and the other government agencies over the last 30 months. We've had to compress normally 6 or 7 years of planning for an Olympic Games or an Asian Games or Pan American Games into just 30 months. And this would not have been possible unless we had had great leadership and great cooperation from a number of different organizations. So looking back on the 17 days of the Games, I think undoubtedly it has been a huge success. We have had unbelievable support from the President. There is no doubt that there would not be a European Games were it not for the vision of President Ilham Aliyev, and unless he was prepared to take the risk to say that Azerbaijan would organize this event in just 30 months. Of course, the organising committee have also been very supportive, but particularly we have been very grateful to the leadership that we have had from Mehriban Aliyeva, the First Lady of Azerbaijan and the Chairman of the Organising Committee, and of course from Azad Rahimov, the Minister of Youth and Sport, and the Chief Executive of Begog. Well, first of all, I was hugely encouraged by the spectators' numbers. I think you will recognise that in this country there is not a history of people going to events in the numbers that they came to, let alone paying for them. I understand that people have only really had a history of paying for pop concert tickets and for football tickets. So to ask people to buy badminton tickets and judo tickets, this is unprecedented in this country. And therefore to have on average about 80% attendance across all venues across 17 days is an unbelievable result, and perhaps is one of the legacies that we leave from hosting the Games here in Azerbaijan. In terms of television and broadcasting, the Games were broadcast to 145 countries. 120 countries broadcast the opening ceremony live, and the total household population reach that we were able to achieve was some 823 million households across the globe had access to the European Games through their television networks. They were incredibly positive. I think that we leave, or many people leave this country today having had an unbelievable experience, having learnt something about Azerbaijan, a country perhaps that they didn't know very much about. They feel proud of their achievements. They feel proud to have been part of making history here for European sport in Baku this summer. Well, it's not for me to say how Baku 2015 has contributed to the development of sport in Azerbaijan, but one thing I'm sure about is that many people in Azerbaijan know much more about many different sports than they did just 20 days ago. The people who have experienced either firsthand in the venues or watching it on the television screens have been educated in sports that they knew very little about, and hopefully that will inspire them to take up more sports. In terms of around the world, this has been very well received through the broadcasters, and I have absolutely no doubt that the European Games now has a very firm position in the highly complicated and complex and congested sports calendar across the whole of the globe. I think all of the athletes are already looking forward to the European Games in 2019. Well, of course, on the physical legacy, we have 5 new facilities here. You know, we have the new Olympic Stadium, the National Gymnastics Arena, the Aquatics Centre, the BMX facility, and of course the wonderful new shooting range. We also have some temporary facilities and some facilities that have been upgraded for the Games, like the Baku Sports Hall and like the Haydar Aliyev Arena. But in terms of physical legacy, in terms of human legacy, I think this can be looked at a number of different levels. We have some 2,000 Azeri full-time members of staff from Begog who are experienced in organising major multi-sports events, who will be better positioned to help deliver Formula 1 next year, Chess Olympiad next year, Islamic Solidarity Games in 2017, and 4 matches of Euro 2020, the European Football Championships at the end of this decade. Other elements of human legacy are, of course, the volunteers. a fantastic experience for the 12,500 volunteers who participated in the Flame Keepers program and the 5,000 volunteers who contributed so amazingly at the opening and closing ceremony. Well, Azotash has been a major partner of ours as our official media agency. We've greatly enjoyed working with them. Of course, they've got a fantastic history, not only in this country, but across the whole of Europe. And therefore, to use the agency to develop and deliver our messages, not only here in Azerbaijan, but across the whole of the region and wider afield as well, has been really important, because this has been about showcasing Azerbaijan to the world. And without the support of you and your colleagues in the media, we wouldn't have achieved the goal of the President of the Republic, Ilham Aliyev.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you.